Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lena Brown and today I'm going to be showing you my way of doing simple business accounting. If you are interested in learning how to do small business accounting in a simple, easy way, this video is for you. On this channel, I like to talk about money and things that can make your life around the house a little bit simpler. So I run a simple small business teaching music lessons, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do the accounting for that and how I keep track of everything so that if you have something like this, you could do it too. Here is my notebook where I keep all of my records. I just got this at Fred Meyer. And here is my magic form that I keep track of everything in. And I'm going to show you exactly how to use this form. This notebook has some other slots here which can be useful for like keeping receipts, or up here I've got everybody's contracts in here too. So this simple sheet that I use for all of my business accounting, I will have a link down below so that you can download it yourself, print it out, and use it as many times as you want. So there's basically two kinds of business interactions. There's income and expenses, and we need to keep track of both of those for tax purposes. So I'm thinking about, what do I need when I need to fill out my taxes or give my taxes to the accountant to fill out? The way that I categorize, is it an income or is it an expense? I have amount in or amount out. So this is where I'm writing down the amount of the service that it cost or what I paid for my expense. So every time I have any sort of business interaction that involves money, I'm writing it down on this form. So the types of interactions that I am generally keeping track of is all money coming in, and then I'm also keeping track of supplies like ink for my printer, music books, self-development books about how to be a better teacher. I pay for piano lessons, and that is a business expense for us because it's continuing education. So we want to keep track of as many things as possible, especially in that expense category, because that can bring down your tax bill at the end of the year. So this form has a sheet number up here, so you can keep track of which sheet you're on, because you're probably going to have more than 20 interactions within 1 year. So there's the handy spot for that. We have the date of the interaction. Then we have the form. So this is, how did the money leave or come? So perhaps they paid you on Venmo, perhaps they wrote you a check, perhaps it was cash, perhaps you used your card and bought something on Amazon. And all of this information that you're recording is about being able to figure it out later. And if there was a question about a particular charge or a particular situation, you could track down exactly how it happened, where it happened, and how everyone was paid. Okay, party. This is not about party planning. It's who was the interaction with. So for people paying me, I put their last name there. So if it was Williams or something, I know that the Williams paid me on this date through a check, and it was $100. This party line is especially important for expenses because it enables you to track things down later. So perhaps you order things on Amazon for your business and you don't print out every receipt, but if it ever came up that you needed to print out every single receipt for every interaction you've ever had, if there's questions or an audit or something like that, you would know when you ordered it on Amazon and what it was and how you paid for it, so you could go back and print out that receipt later. All of this party information and all the other things, they also help me track down when people have paid me or if they forgot to pay me. I know exactly what's going on with that. So this just happened to me this month. So I deposit my checks mobilely on my phone, so I can go back and look at each check that I have deposited. And one of my students tried to pay me twice, and I had this recollection that they had already paid me, but then I could go to my records and say, you know what, it looks like you paid me right here, and I can pull up a picture of the check that you paid me with, and it says April 1st on it. So I know that you already paid me, so I do not want to accept extra payment right now. Okay, notes. So this is just a little extra section here, and I mostly use this for expenses, and I normally notate what it is so that when it's time to categorize at tax time, was this education, was this supplies? So in the notes, I'm putting piano lessons, I'm putting piano music, I'm putting music stand, I'm putting whatever it is, so that when it comes to tax time, I know exactly what I bought also. I don't really put in anything in the notes when people are paying me, because there's only one thing they're paying me to do, is to teach lessons. So the next thing you need to think about is saving for taxes. So if you work for yourself, you often need to calculate how much money you will need for your taxes at the end of the year and make sure to save that amount. So we just started doing quarterly taxes, which is really nice because then we don't have all the tax money that we're saving just in our savings account the whole time. And we got that set up through our accountant who filed our taxes this year. And so now we just have to mail checks to the government, and then we don't have to hold on to all that tax money in our bank account, which is super nice. So we are kind of using a very low-key method to take care of our taxes, and that is writing it on our whiteboard. But we are saving money for our taxes, and then we're adding it to a total so that we always know how much money we have saved for taxes. So the next question is, how much should you save for taxes? Or what percentage of your income should you save for taxes? Because the last thing you want to do is get to the end of the year and realize that you owe the government a ton of money. So I am not an accountant, and this is not financial advice. This is just what has been happening for us. How much taxes you're going to owe at the end of the year does depend on your other taxes, because that puts you in different tax brackets. This can get really complicated. What I'm going to tell you is just a guesstimation. Another way to try to figure out how much money you should be saving for taxes is, if this is not your first year, you can look at your taxes before and see what your actual tax percentage rate was. So for this, you're just dividing the amount of taxes that you ended up paying by your total amount of income. So this should come up with a number like 10% or 15% or something like that. So you can figure out what you actually paid percentage-wise in taxes, and then you can save that amount for your taxes. Let me know down in the comments, what do you wish you would have known before starting your business? As always, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any uploads, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye for now.